Let's see. All right, y'all. What's up? What's up? I got stuff. Oh, what's up, everybody? Let's see. See. Y'all. What's up? Stuff. Oh. Okay. Can y'all hear me? I got three on. I got three. All right. I got three. Man. So, how y'all doing? Tice here. Good to see everybody. I got three up. All right. Tell me if y'all can hear me or not. I can't really tell. I can't even find the cursor. I'm sorry. I'm doing something a little different. Oh, there it is. So we're gonna get into it. Thank y'all for tuning in. Uh Trying to set some things up now. Couple of things. I'm just gonna go to this and I gotta make sure I say this. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe with the page, please. More people the better. You know, it's a good thing letting everybody know about it, share the link, let everybody know. Um, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna get straight into it. Um, excuse me, y'all. Uh-oh. So tonight, to me, I'm just gonna be honest with you. This one's a little dear and near to my heart. So if y'all saw it, it's about driving discussions. All right. A lot of us, I believe, hmm, you may not even drive, but you know about driving. You do drive, you know about driving. Everyone knows about driving, whether you are in the passenger seat, in the front passenger seat, you're in the driver's seat, or you a backseat driver. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely know about driving. So this is what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna discuss that today. We got a very special guest coming on shortly. Uh, I'm about to bring him on real shortly, but I'm just gonna give y'all a couple of things, couple of ground rules again. Make sure that you comment, you like, and you subscribe. All right. Also, make sure to just let everybody know. Spread the word. You know, TC Lounge here. Of course, everybody knows it's TC or Titan C, but this is a lounge, a virtual lounge where we do different things. All right, we talk about different stuff. It's not just me performing because I know when y'all see me, you know, at times I'll be performing music and all that good stuff, you know. But I also want to talk on other things that I know that a lot of people probably want to talk about. We talking about just different things, you know, and this is one thing I feel like this would be good for because of course y'all know some people some people are something else when it come to driving. One moment please. uh let's see, sorry y'all, I'm working on stuff. um all right, anyway, so we're gonna get into it. So let's talk about this. I don't have any facts right on hand because of stuff I can't find it. Just had a thing, but God gonna help me out. So how many of y'all ever felt as if when you're in traffic, you're just like, you get frustrated because you know you at a green light and somebody's in front of you and it turns green, but the person isn't moving. You know what I'm saying? They just like sitting there and you wanna tell them off, but you know. Well, hold on. Let me do this real quick. I thank the Lord Jesus Christ. I thank God for giving me opportunity to have this show. Look, I didn't even look, I got reps to him. I thank you. Before I even get into it, um, I'm just going. Uh-oh. If y'all can hear me, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know what's going on. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure everything good with my video. For some reason it's not working. All right. You're connected. Okay. He's connected. All right. So, what happened? Let me see something. One moment, y'all. Trying to. Sorry about that. It's been a. Let's see. Sorry about the. Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. So now, Uh-oh. What is going on with this computer? There we go. All right. So, like I said, again, like, comment, subscribe, make sure you share it. Matter of fact, hit the bell notification so you can get notified whenever I put up footage, whenever I go live. Just make sure so you don't miss anything. For all you know, it could be some prizes. I mean, I did say that, or it could be some news that you might want to hear. I mean, it could be a mixture of everything. So, with further ado, I'm just gonna bring him up. This guy, I'm actually me and White. We just met him. Very great guy. Him and his wife, they're great, man. They just a blessing. And listen, the man can throw down on some food. But anyway, let me bring him up so we can start talking. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Leroy Harrison. Let me see if I can bring him up. Yes, sir. Are you there?
I'm here. Hello to the TC Lounge
Yeah. I'm
fans.
here. All right. What's going on, sir? How you doing? Now let me
Hello to the
slide a little
TC
more.
Lounge fans.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I was just
All
giving them
right.
a rundown, about different things. So I appreciate you coming on, man. I thank God for you, because you could be doing other things, man, like what you do best, cook really good food. So I thank you for coming on. So,
Well, I don't think that's what I do best,
real
but
quick, I want to do something. If you don't mind, of course, you're gonna teach the lounge, but I just want to do this real quick. Um, just a little. I'll just say like this. So I feel like I believe I got because I did a lot of hashtags online. I put like hashtag trucking, hashtag car, hashtag bus. I did a little bit of everything. So I just want to pray for everyone that's driving. Just in case they listening to it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to
hmm
do that real quick, and then we're gonna jump into the interview. So all
hmm
right. Oh, Father God, in the name of Jesus, we thank you, Lord, for bringing everyone that came here to watch this. We pray, Lord, that you can protect everyone that's on the road listening to this. Give them traveling mercy, protect them from all accidental spirit, and just give them energy if some of them are sleepy, God. And I pray that you get them to a destination and back so they can get home safely to their family. We ask this in many blessings. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Leroy Harrison. He is a professional driver. Wow, you have a nice little track list, sir. I told him, great driver, great cook. Man, listen, if you want, we're gonna have to promote you at the end of the show though. But because listen, food, put my hands up, my hands up. So, how long you been driving, sir?
32, 33 years. 32, 33 years.
Okay. Man, so you definitely are a vet, man. 32, 33 years. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. Um, I feel like you can remember. I'm trying to remember mine, but I'm just gonna ask it. So when you first got your license back in the day, like when you first started driving, like do you know what it felt like when you first got it? Did you feel scared? Did you feel as if you just ready to take on the road? Like what did you feel like when you got your just regular license?
When I first got my driver's license, not my
When
CDL.
I first got my driver's license,
Yeah.
not my CDL.
Yeah, like when you first, you remember, like well, I'll put it like this, because it's different people. When they, I'm just reaching out to different people. Some people hadn't got their license, going to get it. Some got it or got their permit. But yeah, just an idea like what it felt like when you got your driver's license for the first time.
Man, it was great. I got my license at 16.
Man, it was great.
That was back.
I got my license at 16.
Oh wow.
That was back.
We've got a delay in the line. So
We've got a delay in the
let me
line.
take the headset off
Okay.
and see if we
Yeah,
can
I'm
see
trying
if
to
it'll
figure
clear
out.
it up.
Let me
Yeah.
take let me take the headset
Hold on.
off
Let me
and
take
see
the
if we can
headset.
see if it'll clear
Okay.
it up. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Let me take this one.
Okay. Let me see. Is it me?
All
No.
right. How about
Let me
now?
see how my. Okay. Let's see what happened.
All right.
Can
How
you hear
about
me?
now? I still hear the delay.
Yeah, it's working a little. Let's see.
I still hear the delay.
You hear the delay? Oh, okay. Yeah, It could be. Let's see. On my end, I got some signal. Let me see. Can you hear me now?
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know why there's a delay in the line. It's a real bad delay. I don't know why there's a delay in the line. It's a real bad delay.
Is it? Oh, okay. Let me see. Are you
Let me put
close?
the
Let me
Bluetooth
see. I'm
back
close
on.
to my Wi-Fi. Are you close to your modem or wireless or your router?
Wait a minute.
Let me see.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, TC, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Mm-hmm.
TC.
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Oh, while we're working on that, y'all, we're gonna try to get it straight. Tell you what. Let's see. This is what we gonna do. It might be.
All right. Can you hear me
Let's
now?
see. I got some
All
signal.
right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Mm-hmm.
Still here, big time delay. Still here.
Do you? Oh, okay. Let me see what I can do here. Let me see something real quick. I'm gonna try something. Yeah, I'm gonna try something real quick. Let me see. Let me put this back over here. Oh, put this back over here. Put this over here. Let me see something. I'm gonna try to work. Let me try something real quick. Um,
How about now?
let's see. Uh,
How about now? It's as if I
yep, I can hear you.
disconnected
It's
completely
still
from it.
delay.
Yeah. All right. It's as if How about now?
Mm, let me try to disconnect some of the stuff. It might be
Can
that.
you hear me?
Let's try it now. Let's see. We're gonna try to make this work. God gonna make it work. All right. Let's see. Uh-oh. Yeah, I might take it back downstairs. Uh-oh. Let's see. Yeah, it might be. Okay. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. We having some technical difficulties. Just bear with us. We're trying to see what's going on with it. Yeah, it's going out. All right, but anyway, we're gonna get it working. We just rebuking bond and hindering spirits. Like I said, listen, y'all. I'm a praying person. Like I know we get hindrance and distractions. That means it's supposed to be a good show. It's going to be a good show. We just got some things going on. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? It's gonna work. What's up, cuz? How you doing? Shout out to my cuz. Shout out to wife. What's up? I see y'all too on here. Hey, listen. Thank y'all. We talking about driving. We still gonna hold it down. Listen, it's gonna work itself out. We about to bring it back up again. You know, things like this happen. It's technology, but guess what? It's gonna get better and better every time we use it. You know what I'm saying? So we about to get into this thing again. All right. Yes,
Okay,
sir. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm ready.
There we go. I told you, won't he do it? Yes, sir. All right. You ready?
Yeah. Now your
I'm telling
question
you, man.
was.
Listen, I told people, man, technology is something else, man.
Yeah. Now your question was.
Okay. So, all right, let me give everybody a rundown who's on. This is Mr. Leroy, as you can see. Mr. Harrison, professional driver, 30 plus years, awesome guy. Side note, I just gotta keep it real because that's what I do. The man makes some good food. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna let him. We're gonna talk about that at the end of the show. But my question was, when you first got your license, like your driver's license, um, how'd you feel when you got it? You said, I know you were saying that you had got it when you were 16. and I was saying like, how'd you feel when you got it? Did you feel excited? Did you feel scared, or you just, yeah? How'd you feel about when you first got it?
Man, I was ready to drive. I was
Man, I was ready to drive.
I was ready. I mean,
I
that's all
was
I can say.
I, I was ready. I mean, that's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
By the age of
Okay.
15, I
Yeah,
had
he said
already
that
learned
was
how
it.
to drive a three
By the
speed
age
on
of
the collar.
15, I had already learned how to drive a speed on the collar.
Wow,
So
3-speed,
yeah,
man. Okay,
yes sir.
so mm. No, I'm just thinking because I'm like 3-speed.
Yes,
Wow,
sir.
I'm used to hearing 5-speed, 6-speed, but maybe a 10-speed bike, but never 3. So I had to think about. I was like 3-speed.
Three
So
speed on the collar. I had a slant six.
so
I forgot what the name of the
so all
car
right.
was.
Three speed on the collar. I had a slant six.
Uh-huh.
Uh, whatever the car was.
Plymouth Valiant. That's what it
I
was.
didn't know. Well, you know, because
In the valley. It
it
was.
was called a what?
Plymouth Valiant.
Okay. So
Plymouth Valiant.
oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that one up. Okay. Cool. So my other question is, um, now with driving, like I said, so I'm just gonna be honest. There's a lot of people who I'm trying to be nice, but I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of people on the road. I feel as if maybe they shouldn't be driving, you know, or maybe they should get some more before they start driving, or maybe they should stop being distracted. Now, my question to you is what do you feel like are the top reasons why you think people get in accidents? Let's just start there.
Distracted driving, using your phone, driving
Distracted
too close,
driving. Using your
driving too
phone.
fast.
Hmm.
Driving too close.
Okay.
Driving too fast.
Wow. That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
So um let's start with that. Distracted driving. Now I know when I had to, and I'll be honest, well, I'll tell them transparent. We both, drive professionally. It's a blessing. So I noticed one of the things that they taught us was that one of the number one distractions, and correct me if I'm wrong, because they might have, you learned something different. But they told me one of the number one distractions is conversation in the car. Like you're having a conversation with people in the car. Is that true? Or do you believe that?
I believe that it could be a distraction
I
if
believe
you're
that it
having
could
a
be
heated
a
conversation.
distraction if you're having a heated conversation.
Hmm.
So therefore, you really should not be having an argument while you're driving.
Therefore, you really should not be having an argument while you're driving.
Mm, good point.
Yeah.
Married folks.
Yeah.
No, seriously, anybody though, any married
Yes,
family.
sir.
You look. That's confirmation. You heard it. You heard it from the
Yes,
professional
sir.
driver himself. Listen, please, if y'all can help it, don't have a heated conversation in the car. Listen, because you're having a heated conversation, your mind is off the road, and now you're focused on the person and you're in your emotions. And I'm not going to speak it, but you know the rest of the story. So another thing, I think you brought it up. Let's see, conversations, driving too slow, driving too close. Here we go, driving too close. Uh, why do people feel as if trying to think how to word this. Okay, because I'm coming off the fly with it on my notes. I'm just gonna go with it. So why do people feel as if when you're on the road, I'm just giving an example. I'm just gonna be honest with you. There's two lanes. Of course, we know there's the fast lane and there's the slow lane. When people are in the slow lane, slow lane, right? Why do some people feel as if they want to be aggressive and drive up on the person really close, like you said, too close? What do you feel like is the reason for that? I mean, it's a broad question, but I'm always curious to see what different people have to say about that, because I see it sometimes. I see it a lot of times. People be in the slower lane, and there's a fast lane. There's nobody in the fast lane, but they just feel like, oh, okay, this is my day, so I'm just gonna run up. What are your thoughts on that?
I think people have problems. A lot of times they don't even know that they're doing it.
I think
Um,
people have problems. A lot of times they don't even know that they're doing it.
Hmm.
Um,
I also think that people think that they're better drivers than what they are.
I also think that people think that they're better drivers than what they are.
Mm.
I've seen it too many times where, um,
I've seen too many times
people
where
seem to think that they are race
um,
car drivers versus,
people
just
seem to think
regular
that they are race car drivers
C
versus
class
just
drivers.
regular
I know you've seen it
C
too.
class drivers.
Hmm.
I know you've seen it too.
Yep.
We don't live in Germany where they
Matter
can
of
run
fact,
100 miles an hour
I'm just gonna be
on the
honest.
autobahn.
We don't live in Germany where they can run 100 miles an hour on the autobahn.
Yep. Mm. Matter of fact, I had a relative who was over there, and she told me straight up, yeah, that she called my dad, and she was like, "Listen, that thing is real. The autobahn is real. She drove the autobahn,
Mm,
and she's here to talk
mm,
about it." So, wow. Um, that's something else.
Mm,
So
mm.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna call out the certain movie, but I think you probably know what I'm about to say. Oh, go ahead.
mm. No, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you. uh,
No, go ahead.
Oh, so there was a certain movie that came out. I'm not gonna say it for a reason. I don't want to. I'm not promoting. Obviously, I'm just gonna be honest with you. There was a certain movie, and I ain't gonna lie. I was guilty of this years ago. I don't do it now, but there were many other people years and years ago. They saw a movie, and this movie had really fast cars in it. It had street cars in it. It had, and I think you know which movie I'm talking about because they had a franchise. They up to about
Hmm.
what 11, 12. I'm not gonna say the movie, but a lot of people
Mm.
saw that movie, and I promise you, they left the movie theater thinking that they was one of those drivers, and they was suddenly street. Now my, because you was talking about NASCAR, and everybody thought that they could take their car, whatever car they had, and they was like, oh yeah, I got the type of car they had in the movie.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna go race somebody. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to the red light and get their attention, and we gonna race. It's
Seen it happen.
boy. And I guess my thing is like, do you feel like when it comes to like, and I'm going slightly a little bit differently. We still talking about driving. When it comes to like movies and music and stuff, and just watching different shows, do you feel as if sometimes that's or listen to other people? I know it's a well, I'll just say this way. Do you feel as if there's outside like influence, whether it be movies or music or just outside, do you feel like that plays an important part in how people drive?
I think that plays a whole lot in how people act, period. Because you can be influenced
I think that
to
plays
do
a whole
anything.
lot in how
It
people
doesn't have to only be driving,
act,
it could be just
period.
life in general. You know,
It doesn't have to only be driving, it could be just life in general.
Mhm.
there are
You
good
know,
influences and there are
um,
bad influences. But yeah, I do
they're
believe that
good
movie has
influences
a
and
lot to do with the way people
they're
drive.
bad
Yes.
influences. Yeah, I do believe that movie has a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because people. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, because and I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, this is years and years ago. Like I said, but I've gotten better. But it's been people around me who, and I'm not gonna call them out. I mean, I don't keep in touch with them no more. So either way, it doesn't matter. But it was a couple of guys I knew that used to street race for real, and I'm just like, and you know how we are sometimes. We want to ride with some people are. They get in the car. Oh, okay, let's see what you can do, man. I was in this car with somebody, and this dude was like flying through neighborhoods at like 60, I don't know, 50, 60 miles an hour. It was dangerous. Like I said, God spare me. This same person actually had a run in with the cops, and he managed to. And like I said, I don't keep in touch with him, so it's not like oh, but because of that situation, he said he just stopped. He said his life, it was his life was more important than being pulled over by cops or even getting put in accidents. So, but
Having a
yeah, I'm just saying
record
it
and
because
anything.
it's amazing how
Having a record or anything.
yep, definitely having a record. And then somebody also told me, which I didn't think about this, it makes sense that them movies they have it made a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, in the movie, the road is gonna be perfect if you get my drift. Whereas out here you got potholes. And correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're going fast enough and you hit a pothole, some people lose control and they never get it back. It's like they go so fast and they hit a pothole and they don't know how deep it is, and then it's game over.
Or hitting a pothole can run your car off the
Right.
road. I mean,
Or
can tear
hitting
a
a
wheel up.
pothole can run your car off the road. I mean, and tear a wheel up.
Yeah. See? So, man, something else. So,
But there is a place. There is a place
so
where
I'm
you
just
can
gonna get
go
behind it.
to race your car if
There
you'd
is a
like to.
place. There is a place where you can go race your car if you'd like to.
Yep.
It's called the Piedmont Triad
Every
Racetrack.
state has
It's
one.
called the Piedmont Triad Racetrack.
There you go. That's it. Everybody, y'all hear that? Piedmont track. Look, drag strip or drag race. Yeah, it's a drag out there. What the airport, I think. Or well, for those that's in our area, they know where it's at.
This is off McConnell Road.
So
This is off McConnell Road.
oh, okay, wrong direction, but that shows I haven't been out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so cool. So now I have another question. So I'm just gonna go with B100 because like we have a driver discussion, so we might as well ask. Oh, by the way, let me say everybody that's tuned in, make sure you like, comment, share, let everybody know about it. And if you have any questions that you would like to ask him or ask us, type it in the box. We might, be hopefully get to it before we run out of time. So texting while driving. That's a sensitive topic because a lot of people real distracted, and that, like you said, we talking about distraction now, real distracted. So I guess my question is, how do you feel? What's your like thoughts on that? Like, do you feel like, because there are some people that'll be like, oh yeah, open road, I'm good, ain't nobody on this road with me, I can text them or whatever. So I guess when it comes to that, like, how do you feel about that? Like, what do you think could help with that? I know there's a lot of states that's like making it illegal or has already.
Yeah, it's already illegal in most states, I do believe.
Yeah, it's already
But I am
illegal in most states, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But
I am guilty of sending one every once in a while. So
I am guilty of sending one every once in a while
while driving.
Go ahead and admit that.
Okay. Hey.
While driving.
Okay.
But we should really not text while we're driving.
But we should really not text while we're driving.
From what I understand, texting while driving is just like you're under the influence of alcohol.
Driving It's just like you're under the influence of alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow.
because you're so distracted.
Now,
Slow reactions.
Because you're so distracted.
okay.
No reactions.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. Makes sense. Now, leaning into that, reaction time. We got to talk about reaction time. For those who don't know, you're like, what's that? That's the amount of time it takes in this case to react to something, right? So let's talk about braking. You professional driver, you do, truck driving, car, different type of vehicles. So I read somewhere where they said, I forgot what speed it is because I actually saw it on the news and I actually saw it at other places, but they were saying that there's a certain type of speed that when you try to hit brake, I'm trying to remember what mile per hour it is, but they say when your reaction time, like when you slam on brakes, that to slow down, it's about the length of a football field. You remember? You ever heard that before? They says a certain speed where if you I can't remember the speed, but it's like when people react to it, they slam on brakes.
It's 10 miles an hour. No, for every 10 miles an hour fast that you go, say if the speed limit is 55, if you go 65 miles an hour, the braking distance is 100 feet, more than what it should be.
Braking distance is 100 feet, more than what it should be.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, if driving 55 miles an hour,
if driving
55 miles an hour, your braking distance would be 30 feet. Just hypothetical.
65 miles an hour.
65 miles an hour, it'll be 40 feet.
It'll be 40 feet.
Okay.
So depending on what type of vehicle you're driving, that's going to be a great distance.
That's going to be a great distance
as far as your braking time. So just think, if you hit your brakes late, you're going to run into something.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to run into something.
Yeah. Wow.
That's why following distance is so important.
So I'm glad you brought that up.
That's why following distance is so important.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can remember this right. 48 seconds for 20 miles per hour under, 68 seconds for speeds 30 miles per hour and over.
I do believe you're right.
You're right.
Yeah, I try to remember that. Hey, look at me. I done passed your class. I'm ready. So let's see. So let me see. So let's see. All right. So I'm glad you brought up. So we're talking reaction time. So this is for my car drivers now. So, and I don't see it as much, but when I did see it, I was just like, wow. People sometimes have a tendency to want to cars, especially cars. They want to have a tendency, some of them, to drive, and when they switch lanes, because oh man, my ex is like right there, I need to get to it. Instead of like slowing down, they try to speed up, and then when they speed up past the truck, I'm talking about Joe. When they speed up past the truck, they switch lanes, and they switch it so abruptly they're literally in front of the truck, and they slam on brakes, and it's just like that's not good because if the truck is carrying enough weight, if the heavy truck, they're not going to be able to react in time. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So I guess my thing is like, what is some advice that you could tell some of these people who are in a situation like that? Because I know some people that they're in a rush, or they lose, they're distracted, and then they looking at their GPS and realize, oh man, my GPS is right there. I need to get to it, but that truck is right next to me. What do you think? I guess what would be one advice you should give them to avoid any type of really bad accident?
If it's a car trying to get off the exit and they have a truck that's in front of them,
if it's a car trying to get off
and they do not
in front of them
have enough time to
and they do not
exit off,
have enough
they
time
need to go on to the next exit, turn around and come back.
Exit off. They need to go on to the next exit, turn around and come back.
All right.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Y'all hear it. Listen, we just up here.
That's what I would do.
Oh, okay. So, listen, y'all. We just up here. We know we discussing about driving, but some of this stuff we want y'all to take some of this to mind. You know, I mean, a lot of y'all I see on here, y'all are pretty decent drivers. At least spread the word to other people. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be honest with you, whether it be a truck driver, whether it be somebody in a car, whether it be somebody in a bus or a limo or whatever vehicle, everyone wants to get to their destination safe, especially those who have family members. You know what I'm saying? They go to work, and one thing that's why I prayed earlier. But one thing is that people want to go home safe. They want to go home to their family after a day, you know, or their family wants them to come home safely, because it can be a dangerous place. And we ain't even talked about weather yet, but it can be a dangerous place just a regular day.
People also have to keep in mind that a tractor trailer or a bus is not that the same as a trailer or bus as your personal vehicle.
The same as a
most of the time you have an 80,000 pound vehicle. It's going to take a whole lot longer for us to stop.
It's going to take a whole lot longer for us to stop than it is for you all.
Yeah.
And while I'm on that, entering the highway, if people who drive cars, as they enter the highway, if they would go ahead and reach highway speed and then merge onto the highway, that would cause people not to have a lot of crashes too. Because once again, if I'm running highway speed and you're trying to merge in, me personally, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to run you right on off the side of the road, because you should have reached highway speed before you got onto the highway. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You reach highway speed before you got onto the highway. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh man! Wow. Yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
There's a warning for y'all. Y'all heard it from him. Listen.
You know what I mean, right?
I know exactly what you mean, sir. Listen, people, they gotta understand. Hey, I be able to get that speed up. You know what I'm saying? Because you know they gotta be able to go with the flow of the traffic. Boy, how many times? Listen.
That's why it's called a merging.
That's why it's called a merging.
That's why it's called a merging lane.
Uh-oh.
That's why it's called a merging lane.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Let's talk about signs. Why don't people pay attention to signs sometimes? And I'm not just talking about them, because sometimes, to be honest with you, I be driving and it slips my mind. But I know I probably should have paid attention to that sign. So I guess my question is, I'm glad you brought about merging, because some people, they see merging or whatever, and they just So let me see.
Well, people could be distracted.
Well, people,
they could be having a conversation with the person next to them. They could not read.
Conversation with the person next to them.
Not even see the sign.
They could not read.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Not even. You see the sign.
Yeah. Yep.
Anything.
Very true.
Yeah, anything.
Mm-hmm.
They could not have their glasses on and can't see the sign.
Okay.
I have their glasses on and can't see the sign.
Ah, yeah. Mm. Wow. That makes sense. Yeah, so it's another thing. See, it's always good, y'all. Make sure you get. And I'm not saying it's in a disrespect with it. This me too. We all make sure you know eyes. Make sure health eyes. Make sure you get those checked. What I'm saying. If it's blurry and you can't see, like I said, it's better to get them checked and see what's going on instead of trying to drive. You know what I'm saying? So we want everybody to be safe. That's it. That's all we want. So, like I said, again, at the end of the day, the goal is for everyone to get to their destination safely. That's it. So, but signs are something else. All right. GPSs. How you feel about them? And I'll be honest with you before you get into it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not all GPS are made equal. That all GPSs are not created equal. So, but I thank God for the places I had to go because that GPS got me there. So,
No.
No, that was it. I about to say I just thank God because where I'm going, I can use the one I have. But there are some places I'm pretty sure it's probably better off to get another type of GPS. So about GPS, do you feel as if people should learn GPS or both?
Both, really. You should know how to read a map because what if the satellites go down
really
one day?
You should know how to read a map because what if the satellites go down one day? And
what are you going to do then? But GPSs are great.
What are you going to do then? But GPSs are great.
Until you get in the mountains of West Virginia, then you won't get any service. I don't care what kind of phone you got.
In the mountains of Virginia, then you won't get any service. I don't care what kind of phone you got.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Done that.
Mm-hmm. Very true. So, let's see. I was gonna ask something else. Okay. All right. Let's talk about weather. Why do people, and I feel led to ask this, I feel it, I'm sure somebody else like to know this too. Why do people feel on a regular day they can drive slow? But then when it rains hard, or some of the old folks you say cats and dogs, I'm just gonna say raining really hard, they feel as if, as you say, they're a NASCAR driver. So they drive extremely fast in the rain, but drive just like Sunday driving on a regular day. Why is that?
Well, it's probably the same people who are driving fast on a dry day. They're the same ones that's driving fast on a rainy or snowy day. And the slow people are probably the same ones that's driving slow. They'll drive even slower.
People are probably the same ones that's driving slow. They'll drive even slower.
But once again, I feel that people think that they are professional drivers. And they think that they can drive in any kind of weather, especially if they have four-wheel drive. But four-wheel drive is determined by the driver himself.
Is determined by himself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm thinking. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking. I was trying to make sure I heard. But yeah, so yeah. I just always wanted to ask that because that does make sense. There are people that drive fast on a regular day and drive even faster during the rain. And I'm just gonna be real. When it comes to snow, it's even faster. It's like when the weather gets different. I want to say worse. I'm just gonna say different. They just and it's all because they have faith in their vehicles, but it's always the four-wheel drive Jeeps. It's not even cars. It's the Jeeps. It's those flying on a dry day. They fly through the rain. They fly through snow. And if it was a hurricane, some of them would take on hurricanes too. So I guess my thing is it's always better, I guess, what to have four-wheel drive in any type of weather.
It doesn't matter about four-wheel drive. It matters about the person.
It doesn't matter about four-wheel drive. It matters about the person who's holding the steering wheel.
Good point. Everyone out there, I hope y'all hear that. For those that want to get four-wheel drive or rear, whatever, it doesn't matter. Listen, a four-wheel drive and one person, professional driver, could mean something different than somebody who has no experience in that type of stuff. So y'all be careful out here with these vehicles. I'm just saying.
And slow down.
So.
And slow down.
My question to you is,
slow down.
You say what?
Slow down.
Oh, and slow down. Yeah.
Slow down.
Mm-hmm. Y'all heard them. Listen, slow down. That's it. And I know we all get that. Well, some of us get that tempting feeling. We in a rush, and we want to speed. And listen, it happens sometimes. Just be careful. But again, like you said, slow down. Just time it out if you can, or when you can. Slow it down. That's it. And I know because how the world is today. You know. Anyway, let's talk about parallel parking. Why is it that so many people, I won't say so many people because that's not true, but why is it a handful of people are scared to parallel park or they're having a hard time parallel parking? Let's just put that, because some cities you have to. So
well, apparently their teacher did not teach them well enough to parallel park.
Apparently their teacher.
First of all, you need to know how to use your mirrors.
First of all,
to parallel park.
You need to know how to use your mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
To parallel park.
You need to line yourself up to parallel park. And you need to take your time to parallel park.
Up to parallel park.
Mm-hmm.
To parallel park.
Or what you can do is buy one of these new Buicks or something like that that'll parallel park for you.
Parallel park for you.
Oh, okay. You said let it parallel park for you? Oh, let somebody else do it.
No, there are some cars that are parallel park for you now.
Some cars that are parallel park for you now.
Oh, yeah. That's true. I saw him on a commercial. That's right. Yeah, I think I'll just parallel park by myself. But no. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Listen. But no, it is true. You're right. It is true. There are some cars I've seen commercials I thought was cool, or Yeah, so I always try to figure out how the mechanics work with that, but yeah, that's pretty cool. They can do that. So
buy you a Tesla and it'll drive for
Buy
you.
you a Tesla and it'll drive for you.
that's true. I just saw a movie, but I'm not going there. There was a movie that was talking about self-driving Tesla cars, and yeah, I'll tell you the movie out when we get off. I think you might already seen the movie, but yeah, ever since I seen that movie, I was just like, yeah, but no, it's coming down to that. So, but well, let me ask you that: self-driving cars. Do you feel like that's the future of transportation? Like every type of vehicle, do you feel like it's going to be a point where it's going to be self-driving cars, trucks, everything, or is it just going to be cars? It's going to be self-driving.
Unfortunately, I think that
Unfortunately,
everything is going to
I
become
think that
self-driving
everything is going to become self-driving
because people do not know how to drive.
because
And
people
for
do
people like me
not
and
know how to
you,
drive.
that's going to be a very sad
People like
day.
me and you, that's going to be a very sad day.
Well, I, I hope it don't come to that day. Well, at least let me finish my okay, let me finish my career first. You know, let me finish my assignment God gave me on that line of work before that happens. 'Cause- but
Now, it'll
yeah,
still need a driver because
Now,
it'll
it'll
still need
still need a
someone
driver
to
because it'll still need
unload the
someone
truck
to
or do the little
unload the
fine
truck
details. But,
or do the little
you
fine
know,
details. But,
hmm
you know,
as far as, truck drivers are concerned, you'll
yeah,
still have a
as far
job.
as, truck
But
drivers are concerned, you'll still have a
regular
job.
common people,
But
they'll be able to just sit in the
regular
car and
common
just
people,
ride, I believe.
they'll be able to just sit in the car and just ride, I believe.
oh wow, mm. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. It's convenience, and I think the last time I seen something like this, and side note, I'm not promoting this movie. I'm just putting a thought out there. I want YouTube to know about it. I'm not trying to get copyright straight. But the last time I saw this was iRobot. That was like the first time I really saw anything. Well, that's not the first time, but a movie I saw in a while where it had self-driving cars. Now I'm about to take it back for everyone else. The first time I seen any flying, we're gonna just gonna go there because they got flying cars now. Flying cars, driving cars. The first time I seen it was the Jetsons. That was the first time, the cartoon The Jetsons, and there it was like the future. Sir, it was just when I seen it, I was just like, oh, we're gonna be in flying cars. And I think it was setting around this time of year. I don't know the year whenever it was supposed to
Yeah,
be for the
I
Jetsons,
do
but
believe it
now
was.
I'm starting to see.
Yeah, I do believe it was.
Mm-hmm. And now I'm seeing, well, I don't know, flying cars. So let me ask you, if the flying cars start start going off the shelves, they start really putting them out in distribution, you gonna get you a flying car?
Most certainly.
Most certainly.
Most certainly.
He said most certainly. Yeah,
Most certainly.
I might have to give me one too. I'll
Of
be
course,
praying
it'll
though.
have to be used.
But yeah,
Of course, it'll have to
Of course,
be a
it had to be
used car because
used.
I can't
have to
afford
be
a new
used.
one.
Oh, you talking about already?
Of course, it had to be a used car because I can't afford a new one.
Oh, you might be able to. They might give you a discount. They be like, oh man,
Senior
you,
citizen.
you was that guy that was on a TC Lounge. We're gonna give him a discount because he was
Your
talking about,
citizen.
yeah. See you sitting. No. Oh man, uh, just give you a discount. But that's cool. So let's see. We got a couple of questions. Hey, wifey gave you one. I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. I'm gonna let you see it. We're gonna let's see. I can hear both of y'all. Here we go. First question. Come on, is it gonna show it? I'm trying to make it work. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. Can you see it? First question, Miss T. Hey, Miss T. Yeah, the first question. She dancing in the background. So what do you think, sir? First question: is there a standard speed for truck drivers? Is it okay for trucks with a trailer to be hauling past 80?
Yes.
Yes.
The speed limit is the speed limit, no matter what vehicle you're driving.
The speed limit is the speed.
I think I'm kind of biased because I am a truck driver.
What vehicle you're driving? Because I am a truck driver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think we should keep it at least 10 miles. Yeah. I think we should keep it at least 10 miles above the speed limit.
I have a feeling it's not a bad thing. It's just observation.
I think we should keep it at least 10 miles above the speed limit.
Oh, we should keep it 10 miles above the speed limit. Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense. So, and is it okay for trucks to be hauling past 80? That's the other question. So at any given moment.
No.
And I actually have a
no.
All right. So standard for truck drivers, y'all. Y'all see that it's yes for truck drivers. So standard speed, even though he believes it be 10 over, which I can understand because that's work. Is it okay for a truck with a trailer to be hauling past 80? And the answer is absolutely not. That's what he said. I added absolutely. Now, to piggyback off that question, and I can speak to you about this because you've been in this situation, not that situation, but driving in the mountains. All right, excuse me for a second, y'all. It's about to be a slight truck terminology talk. He's gonna know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all may know what I'm talking about, but I'm just gonna say it this way. There are truck drivers in the mountains. Listen, there are truck drivers that fly through the mountains. They are flying. I'm talking about they going fast. And I done drove mountains, and I ain't gonna lie. I when I first started, I was a little shook because never drove in the mountains. But I'm seeing these guys fly down. I'm talking about flying downhill. When they tell you, what is it, 5% grade or anyway, steep hill, and they're relying on engine brake. Now, my question is to you, has there ever been a situation, or can there ever be a situation, and we praying not because we don't, where the engine brake just doesn't work anymore?
I don't know if there's a situation where the engine brake doesn't work anymore.
I don't know if there's,
but I can say there's a situation where the brakes will fail.
But I can say there's a situation where the brakes will fail.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the engine brake won't work if you're in a lower
engine brake
gear.
Won't work.
I believe you have to be in a higher gear for the engine brake to work successfully going down a hill.
Higher gear for the engine brake to work successfully going down a hill.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like fifth or sixth or something like that.
True.
Like fifth or sixth or something like that.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So, to my audience, we understand what I mean, but to my audience, it's like scratching your head, like, what's engine brake? Brother Leroy, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just gonna go ahead and try to explain it the best way I can. Engine brake is when, what it sounds like is when the engine is braking for you. So what he's talking about, so you have to avoid overuses of your brake. So hopefully that makes sense. So instead of you having to push the brakes, the engine is your brakes. So it slows down for you using the engine. And it's a very great tool to have for you if you go in the mountains. They actually have them. They have them in regular cars too. They call them, what do they call it? It's in the thing where you can, like, even though it's an automatic, they have it where you can switch it to, like, you want to switch gears. I can't remember what it's called, but it's in a lot of cars now. So, yeah.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah. We got one. Matter of fact, it's anyway. I don't know. Hey, you ever seen the cars where they're automatic, but then they got it where you can like switch it, where you can like I guess switch gears, even though it's automatic. You know what I'm talking about?
The paddle shifters.
Paddle shifters.
Is that what it's called? Yeah, it's in a automatic. I'm trying to remember. It's in like regular cars. It was a term they gave it. Um. Anyway, it's in regular cars. Like if you're driving a automatic and you want to, I guess, switch and use it as a manual, it has it that way. So.
Yeah, that's the paddle shifters.
Let me see.
We've got one on our car.
Yeah, that's the paddle shifters.
Okay, paddle shifters. Yeah. New term, paddle shifters. It's not new, but
we've got one on our car and never used it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've used a couple times in the mountains because I was just like, I don't feel like hitting the brakes a lot because the thing that smelling. When you smell the brakes, listen. So okay, I have experience with why, but lost his brake and he's scared. All right, so I'm gonna bring up a comment from somebody else real quick before I get to this next question. So I'm just gonna put it up here. What's up, cuz? I'm bring up your comment. So it says right here, and that's her husband. She don't mind me saying it. It said, "Boy, when the brakes go out, going down the mountains, I've had experience with that. Riding with Brock, that's her husband. He lost his brakes going down the mountain and scared me to death, or scared me to death. So, well, I'm glad you're okay, cuz I appreciate you. I'm glad you're okay.
Was he driving a truck or a car?
Was he driving a truck or a car?
That's a good question. Was he driving a? I'll let her. I give her time to do it. But yeah, one time he was driving a. But yeah, one time, yeah, he was driving. Yeah. He was driving a truck with big with deliveries.
Been there, done that.
Been there, done that.
Oh no.
I was coming down 40 through Fancy Gap, and my brakes got hot and smoked all over the place. I had to pull over for about 30 minutes.
Now got hot, smoked all over the place. I had to pull over for about cooling down.
So now, this is coming from me. Now it makes sense why they have signs that say check your brakes when you come in. Once you come down, they said make sure to check your brakes before you go into a rest area, right?
Right.
Let's see.
Actually, you're supposed to check your brakes at the top of the hill.
Actually, you're supposed to check your brakes at the top of the hill.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, wow. But it does make sense to check it at the top of the hill because then you know whether it's safe or not to go down the hill.
Amen.
Because listen, and then they have it to the point now where they have the signs up. Now we're going back to signs again, where the signs say if it's blinking, you going too fast. They talking to the truck. No, they talking to everybody. If they going down a mountainous hill, they're supposed to, like make sure they go a certain speed. It's like they got signs in where the lights start flashing, they'll tell you straight up, you're going too fast. So
that's true.
But that's something else.
That's true.
That's also why they have
that
those heels.
That's also why they have those heels.
Escape ramps is what they call
them. Escape ramps is what they call them.
Yeah, the skate ramps or the truck ramps, escape truck. Yeah. Mm.
Never use one. Don't want to.
Use one. Don't want to.
Nah, me neither. No, sir. I don't listen. I thank God because I pray every day. That's just me. I pray. I make sure God protect me on the mountains. So never had no problems. I only had a situation one time, and I think we talked, off camera. We talked, and you were saying you drive a manual. I only drove one time in the mountains with a 12 speed. I almost says a manual truck, and that was I had to learn how to use the brakes. So
The shifter and everything.
Shifter and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was like, how did I do it? So if I was going 55, I'm trying to do the math. There's a math they told us to remember how to. Oh man. Anyway, whatever speed I was in, it was like I made sure to stay in that gear, rev it up or whatever. And then I wouldn't like stay on the brakes the whole time. I would just continuously kind of hit the brakes here and there, just kind of scoot it, if that
Makes a lot of
that's
sense.
what my trainer using him. He helped me at the time. I called him. I said, "What am I supposed to do?" He said, "You just hit the brakes. Don't stay on it, but just hit the brakes here and there, but don't ride the brakes." That's what he was saying.
Just tap them. For me, I try to stay a consistent speed as I'm going down a hill. Whether it's 45 or 55
down a hill.
I try to stay consistently at that
45
speed,
or 55. I try to stay consistently at that speed,
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. So I got a message for you, sir. Check it out. That would be the wife.
Glad he's well, thank you.
Listen.
Well, thank you.
I don't do mountains much anymore.
I know you said thank you. So, but listen. I'm gonna get into these other two questions real quick, but I'm gonna say this: I've been to mountains, car and truck. We've been to mountains, truck, car, and she's just like, and I'm just gonna be real. I'm not gonna name drop, but I'll say it like she said it. So we were driving in the mountains, sir, and she was like, because she's been in the mountains before, on numerous occasions, But while we're driving, she was like, we got to talking. She's like, so, and I'm saying like, she didn't know, you know what I'm saying? So, and she was like, so she was telling me that she was riding with somebody, and I'm sorry, she's laughing while I'm telling the story because she know it was foolishness, but sorry, get it together, stop breaking character. So anyway, she was riding with somebody before, it was a year way back. And while she was driving, she said, she noticed the brakes started smoking and she was smelling the brakes. And she said the driver said, "Oh, that's normal." So she got in the car with me and she didn't smell it. And she's like, "What?" I was like, that was not normal. If you were smelling brakes, that was not normal.
No.
It was not. And I'm thank God. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at her right now. I thank God that you made it out of that foolish situation. Everybody on here know doggone well the brakes is not supposed to be smoking. The only time you're supposed to smell anything if you cook it on a grill, not no brakes. Sorry, listen. I'm having too much fun. You want to smell something? Smell some. Look, Mr. Leroy cooking. All right, you don't want to smell brakes. You want to smell the fish that he cooked.
There you go.
Some brisket, some chicken, something.
Brisket, chicken, something.
Yeah. Okay. So we got a question. Hey man, we've been here. I ain't even know. Look, we been here for a minute. You okay, sir? I thought it was gonna be over. You good? You okay?
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right, man. So I appreciate you hanging with us, man. Look, this getting good. People tuning in. So I got an off-camera question. Off-camera person. Somebody would like to know. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna put it up here so we can discuss the question. Oh, actually, yeah. I actually missed one of the questions. So the question is, person who was in this story, they said, were they driving with their emergency brakes on? Wow. All right, so
they shouldn't have been driving that car.
Do you know what she just told me?
They shouldn't have been driving that car.
Hey, look, thank you. He said they should have been driving that car. She said they were not on their emergency brakes because I'm answering your question and I'm telling you, sir. And listen, I'm going to go ahead and be real with you. They almost fell off the mountain. This is the honest God truth. Listen, God is with her. Y'all about to make me turn this thing out your revival. Listen, she said, and that's going into something else. Listen, I shouldn't even be talking about people, but you know what? They don't know who it is. We do. But this person almost went off the mountain. And she's okay with me talking about this, by the way, because he started getting in. She, oops. Sorry. This person was going down different paths and they was taking the wrong, listen, you know, in the mountains, you can't just take any path. You know what I'm saying? Because not all paths are meant for cars.
Yes.
Or anything. It's supposed to be meant for some walking. But with the help, so the back wheel, listen, sir, they just told me, she told me the back wheel was hanging off the cliff.
I don't know what to say about that.
Me either. I have no idea what to say about it either. But listen, if I get the story, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they said, let me tell you how I'm about to go ahead and go there. Listen, guy had a ram in the bush. I went there. The ram in the bush, neighbor. There was a man who it happened to be his yard. And he had a gun. That banjo playing type of neighbor. I feel like God used that neighbor to make sure they didn't fall off that cliff. He was kind, but if you cross the wrong way, hey, what?
It would have went left real quick.
Be sure to get them back on the cliff. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, let me tell you what happened next. Wow. Hey, look, man, look, I appreciate you coming on. Look, you being blessed with stories to tell people. They got out the car. Listen, they wasn't even in the car when they look. She just told me. She said, "Look, the driver was still in the car. The kids wasn't in the car. She and kids, they got out the car. So in a way that was good because that took some of the weight. So when you see them movies about cars and weight, that's actually facts. Y'all know that. But yeah, it took some of the weight out. So the weight distribution, I'm sounding like I know what I'm talking about. The weight distribution, it balanced it out so they didn't fall off the cliff.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
Oh boy. You said what?
That's crazy.
Oh, okay. Well, it wasn't like one of those cliffs like you see in a movie where it's just like mountainous and nothing else and they're going airborne. No, it was trees on the way down, which it would have been just as bad. You know, you see the movies, even though they kind of over exaggerated, that they be hitting trees on the way down the mountain. It would have been one of those situations, but God. But God, won't he do it?
That's it, but God.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
That's exactly right.
That's it, but God. That's exactly right.
Listen. Whew. Yeah, I know we went off on a tangent, y'all, but listen, I told y'all, listen, I told the people before when I come on here, you never know what you're going to get when you come on TC Lounge. You're going to get a very interesting story. You're going to get informative. You're going to get information. You might get promo. We'll go in that later. So let's see. Let's see what else we got. So, okay. I'm sorry. Let me go back up. So, got a question. Well, listen, let me start about that real quick. I thank God you made out. But sir, listen. Now you got a story. You and the wife, when y'all like, listen, when y'all get in the mountains,
I'm gonna
y'all
tell her
like,
about
thank
that
God
story.
we made it.
I'm gonna tell her about that story.
He said he gonna tell me. He said he gonna tell her. He said he gonna tell her. Hey, she laughing over here. She said, "Oh, okay." Listen. So look, and that's a testimony on itself. Listen. You don't know too many people, sir. I don't know if you do. I don't know if y'all do. I don't know too many people that can tell today to say, "Hey, listen, I was on the edge of a cliff, but I got out." Man, let me tell you. Boy. Anyway,
I don't know too many.
Listen. I just had to take a moment.
I don't know too many either.
The only way I might know if I see a movie. Listen, didn't we just watch a movie where somebody go drive off the side of a bridge? Listen, we just watched a movie the other day where it had something to do with somebody driving off a bridge in the mountains. It's actually a good movie. I'll tell you about it later. Let's see. Next question. Yeah. But sorry, y'all. Listen, ain't no sorry. Hey, I'm glad y'all got that. All right. We got another question pertaining to the mountains, sir. Somebody that cause she said, "How are you supposed to check your brakes?" That's a broad question, but however, I guess not. It's not a bad thing because, like, so you don't hear too many people ask about this. So thank you, cuz, for sharing your question. So I'll kind of add to that. How would you check your brakes if you're in the mountains? I think that's what you're referring to. Is there any other reason why you would check your brakes? I mean, maybe rain, but we'll just say this. How are you supposed to check your brakes? I think she's talking about in the mountains, though.
Well, if you drive your car every day, you should hear squealing noises.
If you drive your car
if your car needs
every day,
if your car brakes,
you should hear squealing noises or something like that.
Okay.
Your car needs. If your car.
As far as a truck is concerned, tractor trailer is concerned.
As far as a truck,
you get out and you have to check your slack adjusters and whatnot to make sure that they're close enough to the drum of the truck to make sure that you have brakes before you go downhill.
Truck.
As far as a truck is concerned, that's called pre-tripping your vehicle. Did you hear me?
Oh yeah. Pre-trip. Yeah, everything. So.
You hear me?
Yeah. You said pre-trip. I heard the last part about the pre-tripping. I heard about the checking select. I think checking the drum.
Yeah, as far as a tractor trailer is concerned, at the top of a mountain, you should get out and check your brakes just all the way around. See if anything's hot. Check your slack adjusters.
At the top.
Smell your brakes, whatever. But that's also called a pre-trip. You should have done that before you started your trip.
Get out and check your. That's also called a pre-trip. You should have done that before you started your trip.
Yeah.
As far as cars are concerned,
that makes sense.
You know your personal vehicle. So
as far as cars are concerned, you know your personal vehicle. So you should
know your car.
Know your car.
Okay. Yep. Very true. Let's see. Let's see. That's very true.
But cars and trucks
Oh,
are
let me tell you
getting so
something.
smart now.
Speaking of
The
brakes,
cars and trucks are getting so smart now.
uh-huh.
They'll tell you before you even get on the road if
You
your brakes or
before
something is
you
low
even get on the
or
road, if
whatever.
brakes or something is low
Mm-hmm.
or whatever.
Yeah, that is true. Technology, man, it's a beautiful. Well, it can be a beautiful thing when it comes to stuff like that. Let you
Yeah.
know your brakes need to be changed and the tires. You don't have enough tire air in your tires. Yeah.
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 So yeah, yeah, man. That is a.
Yeah.
Speaking of brakes, and we got like a couple more questions, man. Look, it's looking good, man. I appreciate you hanging in there with us. I appreciate y'all hanging in there. Let me tell y'all a story. Look, Mr. Leroy, listen. You getting all kind of stories tonight, man. You giving out knowledge, and in exchange, you getting stories back. Let me tell you a story. Speaking of brakes and squeaking, I looked at her. I think she know what story I'm about to tell her. Anyway, well, one of the cars. No. It's not funny, but it's funny. Uh, we went to spot, which we'll leave their name disclosed, to break. And let me tell you something. When we had our brakes fixed, we got them fixed, and they were squeaking. Soon as we got them fixed, we backed out. We drove like, oh yeah, the squeaking. It's just got to wear out. You know what I'm saying? It's got to wear it out. A little bit. You got to wear them out. The squeaking was it 3.
Where'd you go? There you go.
All right, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
There you go.
There I go. I just want to make sure. I know what's happening, but
Yeah. I got you.
so long story short, shout out my dad. He put me on. He said, "Listen, the brakes are squeaking."
I can't hear anything now. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Nothing.
You hear me now?
Now I hear you. I heard you anyway.
Nothing.
Let's see. What about now?
I hear you. I hear you.
All right. Praise God. Thank you, Lord, for hey, protect us in the name of Jesus.
I hear you.
Okay. Man, I need to stop talking about people. Anyway. Yeah, somebody, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, somebody said bald-headed, a person might be a little upset and having a feeling we talking about him right now. But no, it needs to be talked about because anyway, the break around for months with the break. We had no idea because when we called them, they told us it's probably just needed to be, and then we found out that they was on backwards. Now, imagine that everywhere we went backwards, forwards. Hey, man, that could have been an accident. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And then you would have been
Lord.
at fault.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So let's see. You got more questions coming in. I gotta go to the top real quick. That was a question. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna switch it up real quick and we'll get back to the mountain questions. So here we go. Let's see. There you go. Supposed to give space to length for 3 cars while driving.
For normal drivers. Yeah.
That's why.
Yes.
So all right.
A car should be able to.
We're supposed to give space for the length of 3 cars.
A car should be able to.
A car should be able to easily come in between you.
A car should be able to easily.
But yeah, 3 cars
you, and then you just break off.
All right, good idea.
Okay. But yeah, 3 cars together. All right, good idea.
All right. 3 car length. Good idea. Thank you, Ms. T, for sending that question. So, but that goes along with what we talked about earlier. Like when you talking about how people are too close, you know what I'm saying? And that adds to what you were saying that, that can actually help, ensure that no accident happens. Because that's something I can say I've seen recently that when people be in traffic, they don't keep no space. So when the car in front of them slams on brakes, now they hit them. Now it's a chain reaction. And everybody like, what's a chain reaction? Chain reaction is when one car hits another car, another car hits another car. I thank God because, and I'll just be transparent. Years and years ago, I had a Cadillac, but anyway, I was coming over the hill too fast. And when I got there, because they say you never fly over the hill ever because you don't know what's on the other side. So I flew over the hill and there was a traffic waiting for me. And it's odd because it happened at the intersection of a place called Hill Streets. So it was like God was trying to tell me. So when I finally slammed on brakes, I was close to hitting the person and I stopped. So I didn't hit them. However, within seconds later, a car hit me. I hit them, hit somebody else, and then another car hit them and hit me again. So it was like a 5-6 car pileup, and it was a double chain reaction. Yes, a double chain reaction. So, and I tried to leave, and they was like, "Sir, you can't leave." I said, "Yes, sir." They said, "No." They said, "Your exhaust pipe is dragging on the ground." I was trying to go home because I didn't know. I didn't want to believe it, but anyway. Listen, be on the news. Yeah, a man driving with his exhaust on a Cadillac, driving down the street with a dragging exhaust pipe, smoke everywhere. But it happened, sir, and yeah. So
it's fire.
You say what?
You better started a fire. Forest fire.
You better started a fire.
Yeah, you know, yeah, it was rough, man. Let's see what other questions we got. We lost you. Okay, we got a couple more questions right now. Thank you. I got encouragement. Listen, you were protected. Listen, absolutely, I was protected. I thank God. Listen, we've all had a handful of accidents. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here's another question for you. It says, is it better to drive with all-wheel or Jeep while in the mountains? I'm trying to think. I don't think we quite touched on that, but yeah.
It's better to be an experienced, good driver to drive.
It's better to be an experienced, good driver to drive in the mountains.
It's better to be a good, experienced driver while driving in the mountains. Notice he didn't say it's good to and listen. So he's saying it pretty much don't matter what you're driving.
That's right.
No, it's a good question.
That's right.
Thank you, because you know what? There's a lot of people. Yeah, she's like, but it's listen, it's a good question. I'm gonna tell you why it's a good question. Because it's a lot of people right now that think, oh, if they get a decent car that they say is for the mountains, they good. Listen, y'all, don't let them Jeep commercials fool you when they go up a steep mountain uphill fast with a Jeep. Don't let them listen. It's all for advertisement. I said it. I don't care. Listen, I'm not saying which company did it, but there are commercials out there that make it seem like if you get a Jeep, that automatically, oh, we good for the mountains.
No, not at all.
Absolutely. Listen, hey.
No, not at all.
Yep. So
now I will say a four-wheel
somebody
drive
just gave
is
a great
good
answer.
for
They
snow.
said so amateur drivers should.
Now I will say a four-wheel drive is good for snow.
Yeah. Okay. So a four-wheel drive is good for snow. Sorry, I'm looking at the comments over here. So, yeah, so amateur driving, y'all listen until y'all get experience. But of course, an amateur driver has to have some type of experience. So you have to get experience there, but make sure you have an experienced person in the car with you.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Another question. Oh, listen. And if y'all like this, make sure to let everybody know. Just share. Look, be like, look, we listen. Tyson C or TC Lounge up. I know about. Be sure to share this. Let everybody like, comment, subscribe. Let everybody else know about it. You know all that good stuff. So, and show some love to him. Listen, he's holding it down. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, sir. I think no, this ain't the longest live. It's getting there. It's about to break. So, which is a great thing. Let's see what we got. Oh, here we go. Let's see what we got. Got another question. Hey, she had look, listen, there's some good questions on here, y'all. Thank y'all for sending the questions though. I like these questions. What is the proper way to drive an automatic in mountains? Gears going up versus gears downhill. I think we kind of touched on that a little bit, but we can go back and dive back into it again.
That is the proper way to drive. I don't quite understand the question.
I don't quite understand the question.
Okay. So remember that thing? And wow, I think this is what she's referring to. It's like confirmation before she brought this question up. Remember the thing we was talking about? I think you said it's called paddle driving. I think you said you have it like in your car, like the manual, thing. I think this is what she's referring to, right? What is the proper way to drive an automatic in mountains? Gears going up versus gears down the mountains. Yeah. That's what it is. So it's a good question though.
In my opinion,
I think she's referring to
that.
In my opinion,
going up a mountain in an automatic or
going
manual,
up
you can stay in the same gear
in
as
an
long as
automatic
it's comfortable
or
for the
manual.
vehicle.
You can stay in the same gear as long as it's comfortable for the vehicle.
Okay. All right. So you stay in the same gear as long as it's comfortable for the vehicle, meaning long as it's not going too fast. Is that a comfortable going uphill and downhill, right?
Well, what I mean is in a manual vehicle, you might have to downshift to second or third.
Well, what I mean is in a manual vehicle, you might have to downshift to second or third in order a constant speed.
Okay.
That's going up a hill.
So
that's going up a hill.
And automatic, you shouldn't have that problem.
That makes sense. So
in automatic, you shouldn't have that problem.
Yeah. Okay. So, that's a good question. I think because I think it might have referred to that interesting story that we said, and just knowing. So I think it came from that because of that story I told y'all about the situations in. So, okay, here we go. So to answer that question, well, I'll just say it this way. You can agree with me because I think we already talked about it, but I'll say it again. Just anytime you're in the mountains, and I'll let you take over because I know you know a lot about this. Like when you're in the mountains with the automatic, one thing we said is that make sure that you're not going too fast, and then if you start to feel like you're going too fast, just kind of tap the brakes a little bit. So you can kind of keep it under control, but never ride the brakes, because that's where the brakes start getting too hot, and then the brakes lock up. I believe, right? The brakes lock up
or burnout
or blow. The entire blow. Then did I get it right?
Or burnout.
Or burnout. Thank you.
Yeah.
Man,
I've seen trucks come down the hill on fire.
I've seen trucks come down
on fire.
The wheels literally on fire.
Wow. So, man. So you seen tires on fire. That's, man.
On fire.
Yeah. That's when. That's rough.
On fire.
So what are they doing this situation? Did they were they on the slant when it happened, or were they?
I'm assuming they were coming down the hill too fast and just hit their brakes too hard, and it was too late then.
Assuming they were coming down the hill
already burned up.
Fast, the brakes were already burned up.
Yeah.
And when they did get stopped, the first thing they had to do was get their fire extinguisher.
And when they did get stopped, the first thing they had to do was get their fire extinguisher.
Cool the brakes.
Try to cool the brakes.
Yeah. Wow. That's something else.
You see a lot of things when you're out there on the road.
Man.
You see a lot of things when you're out there on the road.
Yeah, that's very true, man. Well, I tell you, it's. You're right. I can only imagine, like, just the many things you seen. So, speaking of which, I have to bring this up. You ever seen this movie called Ice? What was it, Ice Road? It's the movie about the truckers, about that drive the ice road.
Ice Road truckers.
Yeah, it was a movie with Lawrence Fishburne was in it. It was an actual movie. It was Lawrence Fishburne.
Liam Neeson.
Yep, that one. I'm trying to remember how it went, but so there is a such thing, I'm assuming, as ice roads, right? Like there's certain type of drivers, ice road truckers, right? That's all they drive. or not all they drive, but they the ones that they can handle stuff like that.
I actually know a driver, a guy who works for the same company I do. He lives in Alaska. He's a shuttle driver.
He lives in Alaska.
Drives across
and he's
the ice.
A shuttle driver. He actually drives across the ice.
Headed to his destination. In the wintertime.
Headed to his destination. In the wintertime.
Wow. So, is it harder? I'm trying to think. Hope this makes sense. Cause I feel like it might, but is it a challenge? Is it hard to drive in the snow? Like I know it's. I'm trying to make sense to make because it's bad, as they say, in a truck because it's heavier. But I was told that it's not as hard. It's not as bad as it seems in a truck.
For me, it's not as bad because you can see a whole lot further out when you're sitting in a truck. You can react to things a whole lot quicker
out when you're
as long as you have enough space in between vehicles.
As long as you have enough space in between vehicles.
Okay.
Once again, it depends upon the driver.
Cool.
Once again, it depends upon the driver.
So
how professional he or she is.
Down to that. So.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
And that's if you have your CDLs or your regular Class C driver. It doesn't matter.
Let me see. Any more questions?
And that's if you have your CDLs or regular Class C driver. It doesn't matter.
Okay. You said regular. Okay. So I'm glad you brought that up. That's right. If somebody was interested in getting a should go classes in college at school, and they also have trucking school. So I guess my question is, which one you prefer, or does it really matter either or when it comes to getting the CDLs?
Many people have asked me that question. I always tell them to go to school to get their license.
I always tell them to go to school.
When I got my license, I did not have to go to school to do it.
When I got my license,
but now I do believe
not have
it's
to
a
go to school
requirement.
to do it. But now I believe it's a requirement.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. So wow. So you have to go to school now because now it's a requirement that you take classes. Okay.
I was a special case. I was grandfathered in when I got my CDL.
I was a special case. I was grandfathered in when I got my CDL.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Like you don't have to worry about taking no classes. So
no.
Let's see. Any more questions?
No.
Say no. Oh, yeah. So that's cool. Let's see. What we got. Sorry. Look and make sure we ain't miss any. Anyway, so yeah, I always wanted it because I know there's a lot of people who want to. Not a lot, but there are a few people who like, man, I want to do it, but man, I don't know. It's too big. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, they come with everything, or I don't have the money. So it's either I don't have the money, I don't have the time, or the truck is just too big. So what do you tell people like that way? What do you tell, man, I heard it's a good job, but it's not me, but they're intimidated because of the truck. It's just something about the truck.
Yeah, I've had that same question also. And I tell them, if you want a great career,
yeah, I've had that same question also.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them,
go and drive a truck.
If you want a great career, go and drive a truck.
Mm-hmm.
Driving a truck is just like driving a car. The more you do it, the more you
driving a truck is just like driving a car. You do it, the more you get used to it.
Okay.
It's like second nature to me now.
Cool.
It's like second nature to me now.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, my wife tells me that I drive our personal vehicle like I do a truck, making wide turns.
My wife tells me that I drive our personal.
She said you drive it like the truck.
Like a truck, yes. Making wide turns and stuff.
Like a truck, yes. Making wide turns and stuff.
But
taking up the other lane to make a turn.
I mean, you can't, but it's just, I understand because you're so used to driving the truck. It's just
taking up the other lane to make a turn.
Oh man, wow. So it's just like in your mind, you're like, all right, I'm gonna drive everything like the truck with the trailer on the back.
If you think about it, we as professional drivers drive 80-foot long vehicles.
If you think about it, we as professional drivers
more than we do
80-foot long vehicles. More than we do four-wheelers.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
No.
I didn't think about that, but that's very true. So, all right, checking to see. We appreciate you. Oh, all right. I do want to ask you this because I learned something. I did, and I appreciate you telling me. It's like the first time. Like, first of all, I want to publicly thank you. Man, blessing me and the wife with the great food, man. We appreciate it. We do, cause but while I was at your house, you was telling me something I had no idea about. You was telling me about something about not a tournament, something about the trucks. It's like some kind of event that goes on every year that you was telling me about that y'all go be a part of sometimes.
You're talking about the truck
that is actually
rodeo.
Pretty cool. I want to see you can share with everybody. That's actually cool.
You're talking about the truck rodeo.
Yeah, the truck rodeo. Yeah.
Well, when I say rodeo, most people actually think that I'm in a.
Well, when I say rodeo most people actually think that I'm in a rodeo riding a cow or something.
But this is actually an event that's sanctioned by the company that I work for.
This is actually an event that's sanctioned by
where we compete against
I work for
other drivers in the company. And if you win with the company, then you get to go and participate in a national event.
The company, then you get to go and participate in a national event.
This year I made it. I won my local rodeo.
This year I made it.
I won my local rodeo in the national rodeo, which I competed against about 50 other companies. And thanks be to God, I came out 16th out of 53 drivers. So I thought that was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Okay. Pretty cool. Wow. Somebody knows what you're talking about. Somebody knows what you're talking about.
That's all right. Yeah, it's actually my second time winning it all. I'm going to the Nationals, so I'm planning on doing it again this year.
Second time winning it all. Going to the Nationals. Planning on doing it again this year.
Okay. Wow. Hey, he said he gonna win it all. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I listen. I seen all them. Hey, look, I seen all the play. I ain't gonna get too much into it. I felt like I was like, man, this is like the Super Bowl of trucking, man. And like you holding it down. It's like the Super Bowl of trucking.
It really is. It's the national tournament, so it's just really like the Final Four tournament. You know, hey,
national tournament. So
this is people from all over the country and Alaska.
This is people from all over the country and Alaska.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. I have to look into that. Oh, she said, "Hey, look, people getting probably said you're a great driver, man." They said, "Listen, if you've been in it, that mean you're a great driver." Then
pretty decent.
Yeah,
pretty decent.
That's how you can tell he want to listen. You see how humble he was with it. That's why.
My wife wouldn't say that.
That's why he went all the time. So
my wife wouldn't say that.
Oh no. She wouldn't say it. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, man, that's stuff, man. Oh, side note, I do want to say this real quick. Listen, y'all, for y'all don't know, only a few people know, and I think I told you a while back, I used to drive limos. Listen, the only time I'm looking at her post. I'm looking at the post she put about being close to cones without knocking them down. Let me tell you about my truck rodeo. I made my own. I had a limo rodeo. Let me tell you what I did. I went through a little IHOP parking lot with a stretch limo, and I looked on both sides. And I promise you, I know I wasn't supposed to, but I was trying to get the customers as close as I could to the door. And man, listen, y'all know how small that IHOP parking lot is. It was cars everywhere, and I managed to get through. And I promise you, it looked like I was going to scrape a car, but I didn't. God was with me.
I actually drive a stretch limo part time, also. One of the big Lincolns.
Yeah.
I actually drive a stretch limo part.
So I know what you're talking about.
You say you do it part time, or you did part time?
I still do it part time.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was eventful. That's all I'm gonna say. So it was very eventful. So it was cool. So, but I learned a lot. That was like my first time really driving like something like a big a vehicle like that. So I learned how to turn wide, turn wide. That's what I call it. So, but yeah, it was cool, man. So. Alrighty, let me see. You got some people. All right, y'all. Again, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, let people know. We thank y'all. Man, we've been up here almost 2 hours, sir. And we appreciate you.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
Man, look,
my pleasure.
I did not expect for us to go this long. Man, listen,
my pleasure.
Yeah, listen. I mean, you can tell if you want to, but listen. I was about to tell them what interview number this is for you, but it's up to you. If you don't want to tell it, I don't want to. But man, it's almost been 2 hours. So, but we appreciate you, man. Listen, like I said, and I do want to say this, like everyone tuning in. I mean, we had fun. We did. Let me tell y'all something. I had something planned, and I'm gonna take it somewhere a little differently. It's like when when you rely on God, He'll guide you. You know what I'm saying? When you stop overthinking and trying to be perfect, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be I'm be transparent with you and everybody. I had this thing. I was gonna do this. I was gonna do that. I was gonna show videos. It's like, you know what? No, you're doing too much. Just chill out, And it worked out. And honestly, this turned out better than I would have ever thought. So I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you coming up here. I appreciate everyone commenting. This is a really good conversation. What you think? How'd you enjoy yourself? You enjoy yourself today or tonight?
Can't wait to do it again.
Can't wait to do it again.
Oh man, he said he already called. He said, I can't wait, man. Listen. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to set some up. I'm still working at learning. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you, sir. Man, you got anything else you want to say? Any advice? Anything?
If you want a good career, go and learn how to drive.
If you want a good career, go and learn how to drive a truck.
There you go. Go ahead and learn. There you go. He said you want a good career. Listen. So, listen. So this comment pretty much sums up. Yeah, my wife, she in the back. She probably would have said she got her hands on the phone. But listen, there you go. Thank you. We appreciate you tuning in, and shout out to the wife. Listen. Shout out to you, cousins, family. So, yep. Oh, come on. Uh-oh. Here we go. There we go.
Yeah.
It's doing something. Sorry, y'all. What is going on? Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me still? Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so we appreciate you. Oh, yeah. So I think about which way I want to go. So, but we thank you, sir, for coming up here. We appreciate it. Also, he does a couple. So if you want to share, you got a couple other things you got going on. It's up to you.
Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Maybe.
Appreciate everyone because I was about to go and I was like, one thing at a time. One thing at a time.
Yeah.
So good one. If you want to get some more information about the CDLs or anything y'all want to, comment down below. And we can try to route you to the right place if you really want to do this, the CDLs, anything like that. I could try to connect you with different people, and if it's okay with him, we'll talk. Y'all want to connect with him.
Oh yeah.
But we'll make sure if it's something y'all want to do.
Oh yeah.
If it's something y'all want to do, we can make it. We can work it out. So, but again, the basis of it is that, listen, at the end of the day, I'll say this way: God gives everyone talents, you know what I'm saying, and skills, and driving is one of the skills you can have. So not bless you with it. Some people are just blessed to drive and skills. People have to work their way through it. But at the end of the day, when we put it on your belt, you can do anything with skills. So thank you, sir. Again, we appreciate you.
Sir.
So
my pleasure.
Yeah, I'll probably call you when I get. My pleasure. No problem. And everyone, y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all later. So, all right, have a good one.